Chapter 2. Dude, this isn't cool. Dude, just try to eat my dude. That's my dead dude. Dude. I like flying cars. I prefer it when the car is actually capable of flight, however. As the hearse achieved zero gravity, I had a few microseconds to appreciate the scenery below. A lovely little lake edged with eucalyptus trees and walking trails, and a small beach on the far shores, where a cluster of evening picnickers relaxed on blankets. Oh, good, some part of my brain thought. Maybe we'll at least land in water. Then we dropped, not toward the lake, but toward the trees. It sounded like Nino Pavarotti's High C in Don Giovanni issued from my throat. My hands glued themselves to the wheel. As we plunged into the eucalypti, the ghoul disappeared from our roof, almost as if the tree branches had purposely swatted it away. Other branches seemed to bend and around the hearse, slowing our fall, dropping us from one leafy cough-drop-scented bough to another until we hit the ground on all four wheels with a jarring thud. Too late to do any good, the airbags deployed, shoving my head against the backrest. Yellow amoeba danced in my eyes. The taste of blood stung my throat. I clawed for the door handle, squeezed my way out between the airbag and the seat, and tumbled onto a bed of cool, soft grass. "Brr," I said. I heard Meg retching somewhere nearby. At least that meant she was still alive. About 10 feet to my left, water lapped at the shore of the lake. Directly above me, near the top of the largest eucalyptus tree, our ghoulish blue-black friend was snarling and withering, trapped in a cage of branches. I struggled to sit up. My nose throbbed. My sinuses felt like they were packed with menthol rub. "Meg?" She staggered into view from the front of the hearse. Ring-shaped bruises were forming around her eyes, no doubt courtesy of the passenger side airbag. Her glasses were intact, but askew. "You suck at swerving." "Oh my God," I protested. "You ordered me to." My brain faltered. "Wait, how are we alive? Was that you who bent the tree branches?" "Duh." She flicked her hands, and her twin golden Sika blades flashed into existence. Meg used them like ski poles to steady herself. "They won't hold that monster much longer. Get ready." "What?" I yelped. Wait, no, not ready." I pulled myself to my feet with the driver's side door. Across the lake, the picnickers had risen from their blankets. I suppose their hearse, falling from the sky, had gotten their attention. My vision was blurry, but something seemed odd about the group. Was one of them wearing armor? Did another have goat legs? Even if they were friendly, they were much too far away to help. I limped to the hearse and yanked over the back seat door. Jason's coffin appeared safe and secure in the rear bay. I grabbed my bow quiver. My ukulele had vanished somewhere under the back seat. I would have to do without it. Above, the creature howled, thrashing in its branch cage. Meg stumbled. Her forehead was beaded with sweat. Then the ghoul broke free and hurtled downward, landing only a few yards away. I hoped the creature's legs might break on impact, but no such luck. It took a few steps, its feet punching wet craters in the grass, before it straightened and snarled, its pointed white teeth like tiny mirror image picket fences. "Kill and eat," it screamed. What a lovely singing voice. The ghoul could have fronted any number of Windian death metal groups. Wait, my voice was shrill. I know you. I wagged my finger as if it might crank start my memory. Clutched in my other hand, my bow shook. The arrows rattled in my quiver. Hold on, it'll come to me. The ghoul hesitated. I've always believed that most sentient creatures like to be recognized, whether we are gods, people, or slavering ghouls in vulture feather loincloth. We enjoy others knowing who we are, speaking our names, appreciating that we exist. Of course, I was just buying time. I was just trying to buy time. I hoped Meg would catch her breath, charge the creature, and slice it into putrid ghoul pappardelle. At the moment, though, it didn't seem like she was capable of using her swords for anything but crutches. I suppose controlling gigantic trees could be tiring, but honestly, couldn't she have waited to run out of steam until after she killed Vulture Diaper? Wait, Vulture Diaper? I took another look at the ghoul. Its strange mottled blue black hide, its milky eyes, its oversized mouth and tiny nostril slits. It smelled of rancid meat. It wore the feathers of a carrion eater. I do know you, I realized. You're a Erinomus. I dare you trying to say you are a Erinomus when your tongue is leaden, your body is shaking from terror, and you've just been punched in the face by a hearse's airbag. The ghoul's lips curled. Silvery strands of saliva dripped from its chin. Yes, food said my name. But you're a corpse eater, I protested. You're supposed to be in the underworld, working for Hades. The ghoul tilted its head as if it was trying to remember the words underworld and Hades. It didn't seem to like them as much as kill and eat. Hades gave me the old dead, it shouted. The master gives me fresh. The master? The master. I really wished Vulture Diaper wouldn't scream. It didn't have any visible ears, so perhaps it had poor volume control. Or maybe it just wanted to spray that gross saliva over as large a radius as possible. If we meet Caligula, I ventured, I'm sure he's made you all sorts of promises, but I can tell you Caligula is not stupid food. Caligula is not the master. Not the master? Not the master. Meg! I shouted. Ugh, now I was doing it. Yeah, Meg wheezed. She looked fierce and warlike as she granny walked toward me with her sword crushes. Give me a minute. It was clear she could not take the lead in this particular fight. If I let Vulture Diaper anywhere near her, it would kill her. I figured that idea 95% unacceptable. Well, Erinomus, I said, whoever your master is, you're not killing and eating anyone today. I whipped an arrow from the quiver. I knocked him in my bow and took aim. As I had done literally millions of times before. But it wasn't quite as impressive with my hands shaking and my knees wobbling. Why do mortals tremble when they get scared anyway? It seems so counterproductive. If I had created humans, I would have given them steely determination and superhuman strength during moments of terror. The ghoul hissed, spraying more spit. Soon the master's armies will rise again, it bellowed. We will finish the job. I will shred food to the bone, and food will join us. Food will join us? My stomach experienced a sudden loss of cabin pressure. I remembered why Hades loved these Erinomus so much. The slightest cut from the claws caused a wasting disease in mortals. And when those mortals died, they rose again as what the Greeks called Vricolae, or in TV parlance, zombies. That wasn't the worst of it. If a Eronomus managed to devour the flesh of corpse right down to the bone, the skeleton would reanimate as the fiercest, toughest kind of undead warrior. Many of them served as Hades' elite palace guards, which was a job I did not want to apply for. Meg, I kept my arrow trained on the ghoul's chest. Back away, do not let this thing scratch you. But please, I begged, for once, trust me. The vulture diaper growled. Food talks too much. Hungry! It charged me. I shot. The arrow found its mark, the middle of the ghoul's chest, but it bounced off like a rubber mallet against metal. The celestial bronze point must have hurt at least. The ghoul yelped and stopped in its tracks, a steaming, punctured wound in its sternum. But the monster was still very much alive. Perhaps if I managed 20 or 30 shots at the exact same spot, I could do some real damage. With trembling hands, I knocked another arrow. That was just a warning shot. That was just a warning, I bluffed. The next one will kill. Vulture Diver made a gurgling noise deep in its throat. I hoped it was a delayed death rattle. Then I realized it was only laughing. Want me to eat different food first? Save you for dessert? It uncurled its claws, gesturing toward hers. I didn't understand. I refused to understand. Didn't want to eat the airbags, the upholstery. Meg got before I did. She screamed in rage. The creature was an eater of the dead. We were driving a hearse. No, Meg shouted. Leave him alone. She lumbered forward, raising her sword. But she was in no shape to face the ghoul. I shouldered her aside, putting myself between her and the enormous, and fired my arrows again and again. They sparked off the monster's blue-black hide, leaving steaming, annoyingly non-lethal wounds. Vulture Diver staggered toward me, snarling and in pain, its body twitching from the impact of each hit. It was 5 feet away, 2 feet away, its claws splayed to shred my face. Somewhere behind me, a female voice shouted, "Hey!" The sound distracted Vulture Diver just long enough for me to fall courageously on my butt. I scrambled away from the ghoul's claws. Vulture Diver blinked, confused by its new audience. About 10 feet away, a ragtag assortment of fauns and dryads, perhaps a dozen total, were all attempting to hide behind one gangly, pink-haired young woman in Roman legionnaire armor. The girl fumbled with some sort of projectile weapon. Oh dear. A manubasta, a Roman heavy crossbow. Those things were awful. Slow, powerful, notoriously unreliable. The bolt was set. She cranked the handle, her hands shaking as bad as mine. Meanwhile, to my left, Meg groaned in the grass, trying to get back on her feet. "You pushed me," she complained, by which I'm sure she meant thank you, Apollo, for saving my life. The pink-haired girl raised her ballista. With her long, wobbly legs, she reminded me of a baby giraffe. Get away from them," she ordered the girl. Vulture Diver treated her to its trademark hissing and spitting. "More food, you will all join the king's dead." "Dude," one of the fauns nervously scratched his belly under his people's Republic of Berkeley t-shirt. That's not cool. Not cool, some of his friends echoed. You cannot oppose me, Roman. I have already tasted the flesh of your comrade. At the blood moon, you will join them. An imperial gold crossbow bolt materialized in the center of the vulture diver's chest. The ghoul's milky eyes widened in surprise. The Roman legionnaire looked just as stunned. Dude, you hit it, said one of the found, as if this offended his sensibilities. The ghoul crumpled into dust and vulture feathers. The bolt clunked to the ground. Meg limped to my side. See? That's how you're supposed to kill it. Oh, shut up, I grumbled. We faced our unlikely savior. The pink-haired girl frowned at the pile of dust, her chin quivering as if she might cry. She muttered, I hate those things. You fought them before? I asked. She looked at me like this was an insultingly stupid question. One of the fowls nudged her. Lavinia, dude, ask who these guys are. Right. Lavinia cleared her throat. Who are you? I struggled to my feet, trying to regain some composure. I am Apollo. This is Meg. Thank you for saving us. Lavinia stared. Apollo? As in, it's a long story. We're transporting the body of our friend Jason Grace to Camp Jupiter for burial. Can you help us? Lavinia's mouth hung open. Jason Grace is dead? Before I can answer, from somewhere across Highway 24 came a wail of rage and anguish. Hey, said one of the frowns. Don't those gold things usually hunt in pairs? Lavinia gulped. Yeah, let's get you guys to camp. Then we can talk about... She gestured uneasily at the horse. Who is dead and why?